Here's some facts and details about Batman Arkham Knight that you probably never knew. Comment down below with any Batman Arkham facts that you know for the chance to be featured in the next video. Did you know that Wayne Tower is hidden inside of Arkham Knight? Something that I loved in Batman Arkham Asylum and City was looking at the outside of the map at Gotham City and how cool it looked with its aesthetic. The main building that stuck out from the others was the Wayne Enterprise building. In Arkham Knight, the Wayne Tower doesn't actually make an appearance. Instead, we can find the Wayne Plaza that can be found on Miagani Island. We can see inside of the Wayne Plaza, where the reception is, that there's a model of the plaza. Beside the model, we can find a plaque which credits the architect Edward Noble and the modeler Martin Cheichman, who actually worked on the game in real life, Edward being the senior environmental artist, and Martin who is the environmental artist. But more importantly, if you use the debug camera and go behind the wall of the model, we can actually see the Wayne Tower from the previous games hidden behind this. It's really weird to have this hidden there, as there's no way that the player would be able to view this without using a debug camera and clipping through the wall. An interesting thing about this detail is that I actually reached out to Ed, the senior environmental artist, to see if he knew any information about this, and he actually responded with, "I didn't put my name on anything in-game, as I remember people getting told off for subtly signing textures, so if my name is on there, it's because Martin kindly credited me on the model version for designing the exterior. He must have gotten permission for that. I'm pretty sure that I didn't do the Wayne Tower on that one, and I'm not sure who did. There was only 2 other environmental artists on the project though, so it would have probably been either Jamie Field or John Southgate. That's pretty cool that I actually got a response from an ex-Rocksteady developer, and it's pretty funny that he didn't even know he was credited in the game. As if I was credited in the video game, I think I'd have a frame of it in real life. So the mystery of who put Wayne Tower behind this wall continues. A small detail that I love can be seen at the very start of Arkham Knight. When speaking to Gordon, we are interrupted by a police radio, which mentions a police patrol car going missing. Batman tracks the car down with the help of Oracle, where we can find a policeman being beaten by a group of thugs. Most players on their first playthrough will just jump straight into the fight, but if we look at one of the thugs, we can actually see that the thug has taken the hat off the policeman and has started wearing it. It doesn't really add anything significant, but I still love this inclusion, as it makes the world feel that bit more real. Did you know that Manbat can be seen much earlier in Batman Arkham Knight? We all know the Manbat jump scare is one of the most memorable moments in Batman Arkham Knight. A lot of people assume that this is the first time that we meet Manbat, but we actually meet him much earlier. After speaking to Oracle at the clock tower, if we leave through the rooftop, while speaking to Gordon, first time players may not notice that if we look towards Panessa Studios, we can actually see that Manbat is flying around in the distance. It did take me a few playthroughs to notice this, but I do really appreciate this little detail. Let me know if you knew it. Did you know that Scarecrow can actually kill Batman in Arkham Knight? When we meet up with Scarecrow in Stag's airship, we hallucinate that there's 2 Scarecrows, and after Batman chooses the wrong one, the real Scarecrow sprays Batman with fear gas, making him feel like the Joker's taken over, and starts to beat the militia guards up. After defeating them, Scarecrow will start monologuing, with most people cutting him off short and taking him down. If you decide to let Scarecrow finish his speech and miss the counter when Scarecrow attacks, then you will get this animation. Did you know that Scarecrow ruined someone's proposal? If we head to the lighthouse, the same area where we obtain the Batmobile power winch, you can find a bench sheltered by a wooden roof. On the bench we can find champagne, glasses, flowers, and a sign that has the words "Marry Me" written on it. Strange place to choose to propose at, as the scenic view consists of an abandoned fun fair and an insane asylum. To make things even worse, this proposal most likely took place just as the evacuation began, meaning that they had to put the engagement on hold to make a run for it. Maybe Scarecrow was a jealous ex-boyfriend, and this was the true reason that he orchestrated this attack. Did you know that Swamp Thing is referenced in Batman Arkham Knight? If you don't know his origins, Alec Holland was a scientist working in Louisiana where one day a lab explosion drenched him in chemicals and set him ablaze. Desperate, Alec ran into the swamp to extinguish the flames but tragically died from his injuries. However, the chemicals fused with the swamp's plant life allowed a plant element to absorb Alec's memories and personality, creating the creature known as Swamp Thing. If we head to Miagani Island's Botanical Garden and go to the entrance on the top floor, we can find a bench that has a plaque which reads, "In loving memory, Dr. Alec Holland." It's pretty cool that this isn't a riddle that you need to find, and we never really need to go inside of the Botanical Gardens, so you kind of have to go out of your way to find it. Maybe this detail would have been better known if Rocksteady made the Botanical Gardens a Predator map, which some people speculate that originally was meant to be, as you can find grates all over the floors of the Botanical Gardens, but nothing ever came of it. One of the more random references in Batman Arkham Knight comes from the map itself. In Christopher Reeve's Superman 1978 movie, Otis, Lex Luthor's henchman, proposed the idea that if Luthor's evil plan of destroying California were to be successful, then when California was rebuilt, one of the towns could be named after him.
Costa del X, Lutherville, Marina del X, Otisburg. Otisburg? It's a little bitty place. Otisburg?
Now, maybe Rocksteady didn't directly reference Otis, as Otisburg actually is a location in Gotham, which was first introduced in the 1999 comic Batman No Man's Land. Here's a very easy to miss Easter egg that you can only view at a very specific part of Arkham Knight. When in the Ace chemical plant before Scarecrow blows the entire facility apart, you will probably remember a section of the game where you have to take out a group of militia before you can allow the Batmobile to go through the doors. Rather than heading to the left to take out Scarecrow, you can go through this entrance on your right, where you will find a row of lockers, and one of these lockers have an atom symbol on it. Above this, the name Ray Palmer can be seen, which, if you didn't know, is the secret identity of the Atom, who is able to shrink similar to Ant-Man, and was a part of the original Justice League of America, making his first appearance all the way back in 1961. Did you notice this? At the start of Arkham Knight, when playing as Officer Owens, a citizen lets us know that there's someone smoking in the corner of the diner. When we approach them, it is revealed that we have been hit by fear toxin, and that Owen believes that everyone has turned into zombie-like creatures. There was a lot of speculation at the release of the game on who this hidden figure is, as many people assumed that this was Anarchy due to the person scratching Anarchy's symbol into the table. The debug camera doesn't give us any more information, as if we look at his face, it's actually just the fear toxin face that we see in the cutscene. By looking at the game's files, we can actually see that there is a 3D model of this character, and by looking at the name of the file, it's revealed that it's actually Jason Todd that was in the diner that night of the attack. I always thought this was a strange detail, as it's weird that Jason himself came to the diner rather than having one of his soldiers do it for him, but let me know what you think. Did you know you can actually get Nightwing killed in Arkham Knight? Surprisingly, when doing the final Penguin side mission, Gunrunner, when we set up the explosive gel and close the hatch for the safe, we turn around to see Penguin holding a gun to Nightwing's head. Normally when Nightwing gives the signal, Batman and Nightwing perform a dual team takedown, but this happens if you take too long.
But you ain't getting off that easy. You're gonna suffer. Before I'm through, you're gonna beg me for death. This is it, boy. Time to paint this room with your brains.
Batman, please! No, don't!
I'm sure this was meant to be a joke ending for people that were messing around, as I'm sure Batman wouldn't leave Nightwing to be killed that easy by Penguin. Did you know that the Arkham Knight is secretly watching you? When attempting to leave Ace Chemicals with the last remaining workers, we are ambushed by the Arkham Knight, who decides to leave his helicopter unmanned to test Batman's skill without Batman holding back. The cool thing about this detail is that you can actually see the Arkham Knight is watching you from the rooftop of the Ace Chemicals plant, getting a good view of what you're up to. The Arkham Knight also behaves like a normal thug, meaning that you can shoot him and knock him over with the Batmobile. It's a pretty cool detail that you can actually see him analysing you from a distance, and it's pretty funny that you can shoot him. Crazy Quilt is a character that has never appeared in the Arkham universe, but has been mentioned multiple times. First time in Arkham City with thug dialogue, and the second time is in Arkham Knight. If we head to the Elliott Memorial Hospital in Miagani Island, we can see a row of shops surrounding it. One of these Shops is a place where you can get your washing done, named Quilt's Laundromat, with a quote underneath it saying "crazy prices." A clear reference to Crazy Quilt, who may have changed his life around since getting PTSD from Protocol 10. Thanks to Go Power Andy for suggesting this Easter egg in my Arkham City video. Comment down below what your favourite fact is. Let me know if there's any facts that you would like to have featured in the next fact video. Be sure to like and subscribe. That's all for now. My name is Fo, and Slán.